friends, happy Sunday. So I am showing you how to make that hair bow in the thumbnail. I don't have a name for it, so I'm using this fabric. I use this for those clips in my last video, one of my last videos, and I really like it, so I'm gonna use this. My kids won't let me use the craft table, my craft table, so I'm gonna do some editing magic, and now they're cut. I cut them by 17 inches by 4 inches, and then I added 1.5 inches to each one to make these little bits that are going to be the center of the bow. And I just added 1.5 inches, so that's what that is. I forgot to mention it, but I'm making 2 bows, so Evie can wear them as pigtails. So yeah, this is for 2 bows. You can just make 1 or however many, whatever you want to do, but I'm folding them in half, and then I'm going to sew around it, leaving an opening in the middle, and you can iron it if you want to. I'm not going to, so that's what I'm going to do. So it doesn't really matter what color threads you use because you won't see it, so this is as close as I could find, and all my bottom bobbins are missing, so I could only find this gray, so that's what I will be using for this hair bows. These hair bows. So I just pinned the opening where I don't want to sew, and that's it, because I'm just gonna go around the edge, and it's pretty simple, so I'm leaving it unpinned for now. So I just have the needle in the center and the edge of the fabric to the edge of the presser foot, because that's just the easiest way to make sure it's all even. And this is where I realized that my camera will probably shake while I sew, so I didn't add that in because it's super shaky. So that's just what I'm explaining. And then I also realized that my kiddos messed with my knobs. So, and my sewing machine wasn't on, and turned it to the button part, so I had to fix that as well. So I'm just trimming the thread of it, and I'm going to go ahead and do the second bow. I'm just sewing around like I did the first one. So I'm just sewing around, making sure not to sew in that center part, and to make sure I'm back stitching when I start and when I finish. So now I'm just taking the pins out, and I am trimming the thread in the center. I just did like a chain stitch. I didn't sew through that. I just didn't cut the thread in between. So I'm cutting that now, and then doing the back side as well. And I'm also going to trim the corners carefully, just to make the corners more predominant when we flip it outside out, inside out, And then I'm doing the same thing with this second bow, making sure to cut all the threads in the center and to cut the corners. And that's it. Also, I say it later in the video, I wish I made this a little bit smaller. If you make this bow and you think you watch the video and think the bows are too small or big, I would do 15 by 4, and you can always mess around with the sizing, but I'm gonna do that later in life. And now we just got to flip it. So I'm also showing these little tweezers that my husband got me for my birthday last month because they're super cute. So I just stick the tweezers in and carefully grab the fabric and just pull it out of the hole like that. And then that's pretty much all I use the tweezers for. And then, because you can just do the rest with your hands. If you embroidered this bow, I would be super careful and grab the side that doesn't have the embroidery on it. When I remake this bow, I'm going to do it with embroidery because I think that will be super cute. So, and I'm probably not going to do it next video, but I do want to make it in a smaller size, and I will film it just so you guys can see the size comparison. But probably not next week, but maybe the week after or something. I don't know. So, and I'm just showing the light because I only have a certain amount of time that I can film during the day, and I have to stop around this time because the light will go all the way to the table, and then it's like the table is glowing, and that would blind people and not be fun. So I'm just gonna quickly time lapse flipping the second bow, and then the next clip will be Sunday, which is today. So now I'm just using this, it's a kebab skewer is what it's called, that I've dulled down the tip because it's pretty pointy and that would just bust through your seams. So I dulled it down, and then I carefully poke out the corners, and while I'm doing this I'm like twisting and pushing gently at the same time. So that's how I get the corners to stick out on all of my bows that are like this that I sew. So I'm doing that to both ends, and then also the other bow. Oh, I haven't flipped the other bow yet. I can see the clip coming. But that's it. So, yep. Now for the next one. And now I'm doing the same thing to the other side, flipping it and then using the skewer to do the corners. And this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to go and iron these and the little middle parts real quick, and then I'll be right back. So now my pieces are ironed, and I'm just moving some stuff out of the way. And also, if you wanted to, you could sew this little middle part, the opening, closed. I'm not going to because you can't really see it anyway, and these are just for Everly, so it really doesn't matter either way. And then the middle part, I just ironed it into thirds like that. So I just folded it up a little and then folded it again and then ironed it. So that's how I did the middles. Okay, so now I'm going to fold it into thirds like that, and then I'm going to move the tails, like the end of the bows, down, kind of shaping it how far I want it to stick out and whatnot. So I do that first on the table, and then I pick it up and kind of straighten it up a little bit. I'm messing with the folding because it's been a bit, but I'm going to straighten it up again. I'm trying to keep the back fabric as much as I can behind the front of it, like that. And then I just fold it in the middle like that, and then fold the bottom back and the top back. If you've seen me, any of my other bow videos, this is the same thing that I do with all my bows. So that's pretty much what it will look like. So I'm just messing with the tails and stuff to make sure that I like how it's looking. So you can either sew it, or you can wrap a thread around it, like how I do my sailor bows. If you've seen that tutorial, I tie some thread around it and then hot glue it. So, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just go in with straight hot glue. So first I just do the front middle folds, and then I flip it around. And I already know that my hot glue gun is a mess. There's nothing I can do about it. I say it in every video. It is what it is. I'm not gonna buy a new one. It works fine. And then I'm gonna make sure I get in between all the folds and just hold it until it dries. This is also like all my other bow videos. To attach the middle part, I just put a little bit of hot glue on the back of it. Sorry that my hand's so shaky. I'm using my ring finger to get some because I'm still holding this and it's not as strong as my other ones apparently. And then I attach it to the bottom back side, so the tail, the long part of the tail, is going back at the end of the back of the bow. And then I wrap around, making sure that there is enough room to put the alligator clip in. And if you wanted to add a nylon, then that's when you would add it as well. And then I'm just cutting off the excess. Sorry if you can hear my throat. Never mind. And then I just fold that in, and then kind of move it towards the back so it's not as visible or visible at all towards the front. And then I add a little bit of glue to the bottom and hold it till it dries. And then that's what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cute. If you did use hot glue for all of it like I did, you can't really shape it that much anymore. But if you did the thread, like wrapped it around, then you would be able to move the tails and stuff. And now I'm saying how I would make it smaller, which I've mentioned before. I still think these are cute and Evie will still wear them. They're a really cute fall bow, but yeah, I show how it would look if it was smaller. And I'm gonna do that next time I make this bow, which will be probably in the next month or so, I don't know. So now I'm gonna show how I make it again, just in case. So I sped it up a little bit. So I just fold it into thirds and then move the tails down until how I like it. And then I'm going to pick it up and put the back of the fabric in line with the front part. And then I'm going to fold the part in half and then fold the tops and bottoms back, just like before, and then kind of shape it a little bit more till I like it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue in the middle fold, the middle front fold, and then turn it around and add the glue to the back folds, making sure to get all the folds. I'm trying to do this kind of fast because my kids are here now and you'll probably be able to hear them. So then I'm going to, hold on, add the middle part by adding glue to the edge of it and attaching it to the bottom, wrapping it around, making sure to leave room for the clip or the nylon. And then I'm going to trim the excess and fold it over in on itself so the raw edge is tucked in. And then I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue to attach it to itself, like so. And there you have it. That is how I make the style bow. I haven't made these in a while, but I think they're cute. I like them. It kind of looks like a hand-tied bow, which I have a video on it if you haven't seen. I'll just link the whole playlist of bows down below. But yeah, how that's kind of hand-tied-ish. But there they are. I'm going to try and get a clip of Everly wearing these just so you can see them in action and what they look like and all that. But let me know what you guys think below and if you guys like them, and if you remake them, tag me or something. I would love to see it. And don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the video. And I will see you guys on Tuesday for my packing video. Thank you guys again. Have a good weekend. Bye.